Hi, everybody. It's Dr. Kathy. It's November 10th. All kinds of things are going on. We were talking beforehand about how there's lots of negativity, and then there's lots of up things too, in that we have been given so many wonderful tools by Amma and many other beings. I know y'all listen to many people, and all of the tools that we've been given. And of course, the biggest one, no matter what, is staying in the heart, even if you don't know the heart source, but we're going to do the heart source right now. So let us start. Those of you who are familiar with the heart source, you simply need to say heart source. And those of you who are not, I'll take you through it right now. Go to the front of your heart chakra and go deep within the front of your heart chakra and breathe. Good. Oh, so Amma's showing me something. If you look at the book, Hidden Structures, Amma's healing friends, talked about the golden structure within the physical heart. And what I'm being told is when you go into the front of your heart chakra, that of course expands, the chakra expands, the energy expands over to the physical heart, and it helps clears the golden structure. And just know that it's there in the physical heart, and you can connect with it when you're in the heart chakra. They all connect together. And now your sense of yourself is staying there in the front of your heart chakra, but move around to the back and go into the back of your heart chakra. And this is a wonderful place to go, because leads you into your sacred space. Go deep, 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 deep within the back of your heart chakra. And you keep moving, keep going deeper. Go into the back of the heart chakra, and as you go deeper and deeper, it's like going through a hallway, an alleyway, a tunnel. And when you step into this magnificent sacred space, the magnificent sacred space, and just get some familiarity with it. If you've never been there before, you can do anything from this sacred space. And one of the things that's really wonderful about it is you are fully protected there. Nobody can come in without your permission. In fact, I was reading, one person said there are angels that have swords of fire that protect anything from coming in, so no darkness can come in. I love that. Now go around to the front again and go into the front of your third eye. Go deep within that front and just set your intention to see the violet flame, and you will see it there. Now we're going to activate it in a minute, but you can call upon it at any time. And now go around to the back of the third eye. Remember, you're having part of your awareness staying in each one of those places, and enter into the back of your third eye. Interesting. The back of the third eye has to do a lot with manifesting things. The front of the third eye has to do with what it is that you want to manifest. It's your thoughts. And so if this chakra, and I'm pointing to the front of the third eye, if that is closed or out of balance, our thoughts, our awareness is off kilter. And if that is doing well, but the back of the third eye is having a hard time, we have a difficult time manifesting our dreams and our desires. Now, there are some people that are here those of you who don't know, let's see, it's just November 10th, the United States had its presidential election. And half the country's delighted, half the country's not delighted. And there's a lot of conflict going on. I should probably do a third of the country, and then a third of the country doesn't care. How's that sound? And so the key is that even if your candidate did not win, the key is always to stay in your heart, to remember everyone is part of the oneness. Now, beam of energy, we're still in the heart source here. I'm taking little divergences. Beam of energy from your heart chakra to your third eye. Feel that connection. Send that beam of energy straight up to the center of the universe. Keep it there, and now straight down, all the way down to the center of the earth. And I'm being told by Amma, breathe in the energy of the center of the earth. Feel the energy. Feel her mood, if you want to put it that way. When you get into the center of the earth, this is Amma speaking, when you get into the center of the earth, you have much energy of transmutation there in the very center. You could say that is Gaia's heart chakra. And when she establishes above and below, she goes up on either side. Because if you're in the center, then wherever she's going is, you could say north, almost everywhere is north and almost everywhere is south. And the key is to be there within her love, no matter what you feel is going on. Just before we started this, I was telling people all the family things that are going on with my family, close to losing 2 people in our family. And so there's all kinds of stuff that's happening. Breathe in. Just feel the energy of the heart source. If the only thing you do is stay in your heart source and work at staying in your heart source 24/7, you have tremendous protection around you. We're going to add some more. I am the sword. For those of you who have not received Archangel Michael's sword, hold out your dominant hand. Ask Archangel Michael to come. He's already right there because we're already talking about it, right? And say, may I have your sword? And he says, of course. And he puts the hilt of the sword in your hand. I can always feel it. And turn it up, hold the hilt up, point straight up, and place it within your heart center. And it goes throughout your body. And this is another layer of protection. There's something very important to know about Archangel Michael's sword. It can only be used for transmutation. It cannot be used for negativity. Only for transmutation. When you have something within you that you want Michael's sword to release, say you have a thought form of anger or a thought form of fear, call upon the sword and ask that it go within the fear, within the anger, within the despair, within the whatever you have, frustration. And it's not that it destroys the energy. It elevates the energy. It transmutes the energy. Because all energy is from the energy of love, the creative energy. And how we change it and how we manifest it is how we use it. So if we who are created with love stay in fear, we're lowering some of that love energy, the vibration of it, into fear. And it has different ways that it vibrates depending upon the frequency. So when we use the sword, it transmutes the energy. And so that's another form of protection. And then violet flame, activate. Activate along every layer of the aura. And I just got a little message from Saint Germain, as most people talk about the 7 layers of the aura. You can have many more layers, and you may ask for as many layers to have the violet flame around it as you wish. Some of you who are used to doing this, go ahead and try it. Just say, may I have, I'm just picking out some, this is from the Melchizedek method, may I have the violet flame surround the first 33 layers of my arm. And notice what happens. Now here's I'm going to give you 2 ways to release congestion. We do this one often. Simply command, chakra spin, spin as fast as is safe for me. Breathe. And congested energy is coming out of every chakra. And in fact, as you breathe, you're breathing in energy from above and below. It brings it down into the heart, and the heart disperses the energy throughout your body, and it helps you to transmute, to cleanse. Now, when we send energy out to be transmuted, we're not sending just plain fear out there. As it goes through our aura and it goes through the violet flame that's around the aura, even if you didn't know about the violet flame, there is still a transmuting energy when you set that intention, so that when your fear, your anger, your frustration, when it leaves you, it goes into a higher and higher vibration as it goes through you, each layer of the aura, and it goes out into the earth as the highest vibration of love that you can transmute it to at this time. So when you send fear out in this way of transmuting, you are not sending fear out to everyone. Now, the problem is that there are people who just breathe out their fear, who it just emanates from them. Yes, that fear goes out. It will come to you if you're walking through it, if it's around you, if you collect it. If you're in fear, it comes to you, it's attracted to you. Stay within the heart source, and you can simply say, heart source, and call upon Archangel Michael's sword. Now, he also has a golden net. That's the other thing I want to do with you today. Ask Archangel Michael that you would like to have his golden net to go through your aura. And you could even say to the 33rd level, you can say to the 7th level, it doesn't matter. It will go through at least the 7th layer. Now, this is what's interesting, because I've used it when I was practicing healing touch. I would use it when somebody was on the massage table. And when there were 2 of us, both of us would move it down. And she's there again today, is that my mother has come to help me with that. And as I mentioned, today's her birthday, her earth birthday. In 2 weeks will be her heavenly birthday. But she is helping to move the golden net down me. They start at the top, moves down, just feel what happens. You can even say, please remove all fear from me. Remove whatever is causing my stomach to turn, whatever is causing the pain in my shoulder, whatever is causing, you can identify it and just let it come down. Breathe. Breathing not only assists the energy in moving through you and brings in good, clear energy, breathing resets your nervous system. There you go. So that's the first part of our Sunday ceremony. The second part is the healing circle. And this beautiful feminine energy that I have not seen it in this way, in an anthropomorphic way. It's not Kuan Yin. And what I'm told is this is for us today, the representation of Amma in the human form. And I'd like you just from your heart, connect with that energy. I heard somebody say, is this like any of the Amma, Amachi, those who walk upon this planet? Yes and no. They hold her energy, but they cannot hold all of her energy. And this is just a representation for us right now. She said you could call it a metaphor. when I was taken through an experience of life between lifetimes, and I went in between lifetimes, and I met Amma there. And she was 7 years old, sitting by a creek with a waterfall. And I was so amazed. Here was this child that was there. And I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I am Amma." Isn't that amazing? Her energy just everywhere. And so this energy of Amma is saying, go into the back of your heart center. Go into your sacred space. Feel the energy there. Oh, and she's never said this before. She said, the sacred space is my womb where you live. Your sacred space is the womb of Amma. For those of you who this may be your first time listening to one of her messages, she talks about that we grew in her womb and we remain in her womb. Now she's saying, create your sacred space to be anything that you want. I have people created in many ways if you feel like I need some advice. Mine happens to be in that meadow with the waterfall that I was just describing earlier. The creek going aside, I guess it becomes a river lately. I know there's somebody on this call that goes off the planet. Doesn't matter where it is. It can be a place you've been, it can be a place you have not been. But you imagine. Just let it be. And now, Amma, this beautiful feminine energy that I am seeing. She says, connect with me. Connect with the mother energy of healing. Connect with the mother energy of being enfolded in love. She said, this is going to be a shorter healing thing, although it probably is going to end up time-wise being the same, but a little bit simpler than what we've done before. She wants to give you something you can use easily and simply. Go into the back of your heart center, into your sacred space. I'm just reviewing. Call upon her to be there. Have that sacred space to look just like you want it. And Amma sits down and she looks at you with tremendous love. And she invites you to sit upon her lap. And she also says, if you're not comfortable doing that, just come sit right here beside me. Or if you're not comfortable doing that, just come and stand wherever you want. But let's be together. And just as we stay within her womb, we are enfolded in love. Allow that love to enter you. and tell her what is on your heart right now. Could be about yourself. It could be about someone you love, someone you're concerned about. It could be about struggling with feelings regarding someone that you're frustrated with and angry with. It could be finances, it could be health. And now allow her love to enfold you even more. Whether you're sitting on her lap, standing in front of her, or standing a football field away, it doesn't matter. Just allow yourself to be loved as much as you can allow yourself to be loved by her. And Amia has come in. Amma has asked them to come in, and Amia is a group energy. And Amma always called them her healing friends. And even though I've channeled a number of books from them, I don't know the long name that is their name, but it's in one of the books, one of the first books. And I just abbreviated it to Amia. Some people call it a little bit different. And Amia is saying, when you allow yourself to be loved, whether it is by Amma, Abba, Yeshua, your partner, your friend, your parent, your child, when you allow yourself to be loved, you are activating within you the encodements which bring your awareness of love higher, stronger, more vibrant. If you feel that you have not received a mother's love as much as you would need, most of us haven't done it as much as we need, we can use so much more love, is ask, please activate all encodements for a mother's love for me. If you need a father's love, please activate all encodements for a father's love for me. And if you need self-love, please activate within me the encodements for self-love. And sometimes those are the hardest encodements to activate. You were created in love and from love, from the very substance of love. That's why you were called love incarnate. And now allow images of people that you wish to pray for, people you wish to send energy to. They're not coming into your sacred space, but you can form their images in your mind's eye and send this energy to them. Yes, you can form an image of the entire planet. Yes, you can send it to one person specifically, or you can send it to a corporation, somebody's office. You can send it to a planet. Can't see it, let me bring it up. I have a pendant of two dolphins, Right here, you could send it to a group such as all the dolphins of the world. And you are sending that energy that has been activated within you of love. And that is what is needed. And because you have declared you are the sword, that energy goes with that love and transmutes. You cannot transmute energy within someone without their permission. But everything outside of them, say out of the seventh layer of their aura, is free game for you to use that sword to transmute energy. And one of the things this helps with is people who are in fear. If you transmute the energy that is coming towards them that is with fear, then it prevents more energy of fear coming in. And now Amma tells you that she wants to tell you a story. And that's what she said. She wants to tell you a story. And so the next thing that you hear will be from me, my voice, but the energy of Amma coming through me. And she is telling you personally a story as you sit in her lap or as you sit next to her or wherever it is that you are listening. Dear precious one, I stroke your hair as we talk, or I stroke your energy if you are uncomfortable with me being this close. I send you love. And the story I want to tell you is the story of your creation. Oh, yes, you have a name in this lifetime. You have another name, many, hundreds of names from other lifetimes in other dimensions. But the other name is the name from which we called you from ourselves. People try to say, this is my spiritual name, and this is my spiritual name, and this is who I am. When you receive a name such as that, or somebody tells you this is your name, know that that is your name in this incarnation as you connect with spirit. But there is another name. I guess you really shouldn't say gave, because that is the name we called you forth from. And that name consists of sound, of music, of color, of vibration. And no one in any creation has the same name. Oh, there are people with similar names, but they're not the same. And with your vibration and those who can read it or hear it or feel it, you're always identified. When you go home, you will be identified. Everyone will know who you are. And they can tell what's happening with you because of the slight changes. Think of it as you change clothes, but everybody knows who you are, unless you're going to a costume party and you try to hide yourself. You can't do that on the other side because your vibration is always there. When we called you forth, it was not a command. It was an invitation. It was an invitation to come to know you in a specific way, which assists Amma and Abba, all aspects of God, to come to know themselves more deeply. And we told you that it would be quite an adventure, and it has been. Most of you do not even know the fullness of the adventure you have been on. Few people know that they began as one-celled creatures, you may call them, bacteria, algae. And why were you that short lifetimes? You could have been an individual cell, which is more complex than a one-celled animal, because an individual cell has all of these different parts in it. You can look up on your search engines and ask for a diagram of the making of an average cell in your body, and you can see how busy it is, all the parts of it. And eventually, you become human. Some of you have had lifetimes of pre-humans. But what most people do not understand is pre-humanoids are still as much individuals, almost like a different species, but full of the ability to love and to care for one another. One of the things that has happened in your social media and how things can be transmitted in an instant as you have become aware of friendships of very different beings. Cats and dogs that love each other, a dog that loves a dolphin, an animal who goes to a koi pond to visit with their friend. Everyone has the capacity, every being the capacity to love. And you do. And you have had many friendships and many love relationships, male and female and animal. Even as an algae, as you grew with a group of other algae, and you learned what it was like to be connected perhaps to a body of water, a pond, for instance. Or you found out what it was like to be connected to a tree as a lichen. And you felt the throbbing of life within. And you grew in wisdom and knowledge and grace of who it is you are and how you can grow and develop. And you have discovered through your many lifetimes in many different forms, there is a oneness. There is a way that all of this world and all of these galaxies and universes connect together with a matrix of energy that is love. Now, the part of the story I want you to really pay attention to is that you were invited, not told you have to. You were invited to come to a planet of duality, a planet who believes in light and dark, good and evil, judgment and redemption, condemnation, apathy, but a planet that is geared to growth and development. When you read your history, how much space does war take in your history? Conquering this land and that land. Not an invitation or a, a parlay of saying, how can we work together and live together? Something happened in our land. We left slavery and are not welcome. And we found this place, and yes, you are here. Can we live together? It is still happening. Those of you with ancestors who came to the Americas, which was not highly populated, with people who have grown and lived there. Instead of asking if you could join, you had war. It is time for war and conflict to end. You know about ascension. You know about raising the vibration of you, of the world. It is through love. We gathered you all together in a big room. That's a metaphor, you understand, but you are all gathered together. And it was many lifetimes ago that this began, because you were told it would be a process. And you were warned before this particular lifetime that there were going to be struggles. Some of you came in after a huge war, what they called a world war. Some of you participated in some way, a more local war of Vietnam, or of what's called the Gulf Wars. You are in what people call a war right now. I want to tell you, it is not a war in your mind. It is spiritual lovefare. Because it is time for the ascension of your planet and of your life, and for there to be ascension, to move into the fifth dimension. Everyone upon this planet, human and non-human, must be ready to release separation, division, anger. They must come to know that there is a different way of coming to peace, because it is not with guns and bombs or swords. It is an opening of the heart. You have come in many countries upon this planet to a big division of wanting power and control, be it financially, be it with guns, be it with whatever power it is that they have. And you said yes to our asking you if you will come to be people who exercise love in a different way. That you learn particular ways in which you can, for instance, be in your heart source. And that no matter who it is that is in power on a political basis, even in a neighborhood, even in homeowners associations, that you are willing to not join in to the trauma and the chaos and the darkness, that you are willing, no matter what is going on around you, to be within your heart and to bring energy of low vibration within you, the funnel that you have been talking about as we have shared that with you. So that you can transmute energy of low vibration into higher vibration in such a way that energy does not affect you as long as you are in your heart source. And you may say, but why must we be within our heart source? Well, you don't have to necessarily be in your heart source, but there are tools. Use the violet flame, but you have to, at minimum, be in your heart. And dear ones, how many of you go walking around naked? Why must you wear clothes? Why must you cover your skin when the heat is hot? Why must you put coats on, warm things on, when the ice is everywhere? For protection, right? Simply for protection. There is energy to protect yourself with. The heart source brings together energies and increases the power of your aura and activates all of your chakras, activates all of your meridians. And learning to transmute the energy of low vibration, of darkness, if you wish to call it that, by saying, I am the sword, and just walking around the block and transmuting energy. You said you were willing to do this, and it is time. Release from you the expectation that things will not change because of certain people in power. Release the expectation that others have to do the changing, that someone has to lead you. No. In your heart, listen to those who lead you. Your angels, your guides, your guardians are there with you to lead you into being the spiritual leaders upon this planet. For there to be change, there must be change. There must be change of the energy. There must be the way that you relate one to another. Simple methods of doing this. One, yes, the heart source. You will learn how to do it as you practice it. You can be in it 24/7. When you read something or hear something, or something pops into your mind that causes anger or frustration within you, your very first thought needs to be heart source. I am the sword. Violet flame, activate. And breathe in love with your breath and send it to whomever said the words that activated energy of anger or fear or frustration within you. When you read about violence, heart source, and send love to surround those who are filled with violence themselves or have been the victims of violence. It is your love that will transmute energies. And the more people who agree to do this, the more people who do not allow what happens in the world to bring them down will transmute energy, connect above and below as the heart source does, get into the depth and the center of the earth of the amazing love that Gaia has for this planet and everyone upon it and within it, and connect above to the spiritual energies of the center of the universe and invite that love to come into you. And bring that love together from above and below into your heart and send it out to others. You can do this as you cry. You can do this as you laugh. Remember always that you are love and that you are held within my womb, within the Father's heart. As it is written in certain scriptures, I have carved you in the palm of my hand. No matter how much pain you are in or you observe, heart source. And this story that we told you before you came is this story. And we whispered to you, each one of you, individually, you are my most beloved child, and you are the power and presence of the Creator. You are love itself incarnated, and you are needed as you practice spiritual lovefare. As you turn your frustrations and anger and confusion into love and allow that love to emanate from you to change the energy of this planet, people like yourself, people who are filled with love, people who know heart source. I am the sword, violet flame activate, and who breathe in low vibration energy through the funnel and transmute it and send it out again at the highest vibration possible for you. And if you get lost, call, write, and just say, I have forgotten, remind me. Talk to your angels and your guides and your guardians. I have forgotten, remind me. Heart source, and go into your sacred space and listen, as we are always there. I share with you these words of love. You have been well prepared. Greet each other and remind each other that you are together. Connect heart to heart and know that we enfold you in love, even if there is fire around you everywhere. As you are in our hearts, as you are in my womb, as you are love incarnate and are connected to our love, be that love. Be that love. And now, We call to gather around you all the angels and guides and guardians that work with you, all the masters, and there are hundreds that work with you. They are surrounding you now. And bow your head to receive their blessings now. My love is always with you, enfolding you. And I am Amma, the Divine Mother of the Divine Mothers, and I am your mother. If you needed a mother's love today, that was wonderful. Thank you, Amma, for that.
Thank you, Dr. Kathy.
You're welcome. Blessings to you.
Blessings.
Thank
Have a good trip, safe trip.
I will. I'll keep you
Thank
posted.
you. Safe travels.
Take care.
Yes.
Happy family.
Happy
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
Thank
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone.
Thank you.
That was beautiful. Yes.
Okay. Bye, Cleo.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
Margaret.
Margaret.
Bye.
Margaret.